the most potent medicine for your mind and your body might just be found in embracing your inner hunter.
Wild game blows factory farm meat out of the water nutritionally. Um, hey, carnivore hunters, this is Rick.
Hey, and this is Doug. So, guys, we are coming up on hunting season right now already for you archery hunters. That season's already in full force throughout a lot of the country. And we wanted to kind of get back into those videos here and actually talk about how well, again, why we are carnivore hunters, why we think that the carnivore lifestyle and hunting fit so well together, and actually how the most potent medicine for your mind and your body might just be found in embracing your inner hunter. It's the skills from our primal past that are the key to unlocking really unparalleled health benefits for today.
Yeah, and Doug and I have talked about this a little bit before about how wild game blows factory farm meat out of the water nutritionally. The just the macronutrients alone in the organ meat uh, it's something Doug and I have talked about. Incorporating the liver and the heart and grinding it into our hamburger. We do have a liver video. If you haven't seen that, it's really good recipe. But I think to better get those nutrients, we may start grinding that into our meat.
And honestly,
We
even if you're not, even if they're not doing that, I mean, just the deer, elk, antelope meat, bear meat in general, these animals are grazing such broad pastures that even the most conscious of uh, regenerative farmers or regenerative ranchers can't really match, right? Because elk can go, they can be on an area of hundreds of miles in a given day, so they're getting a variety of grasses just from that travel. No ranch is that big.
Yeah, and Doug and I have a slogan for this channel. You probably haven't heard us talk about it in a while, but it's wild fed, wild caught, uh, antibiotic free. It's been so long, Doug, I don't remember.
Yeah,
But antibiotic free, steroid
steroid
free, and
free.
where your beef is, it has all of that. And these the deer, the elk, antelope, they're all wild fed, and just the leanest, cleanest meat you could possibly get. Lean's not necessarily good. We know that you want your fat, but it's the cleanest meat you're ever going to get. Even cleaner than your fish, your wild fish.
Yeah, because there's all the mercury issues with a lot of fish.
Yeah,
So and people who have gotten some like mercury poisoning, basically, right, from eating too much wild fish.
yeah. But I
So, or I
love
mean,
my
of course,
seafood.
yeah, me too.
Yeah,
So also, one thing you can't really discount is the physical effort that goes into hunting. It really is a full body workout. It's a very functional fitness program that you're tracking. You're doing the spot and stalk on your prey, and just kind of getting up, hiking up steep mountains that you probably aren't doing at your desk job, um, and just that moving around constantly. And even for Rick and I, prior to getting on the carnivore diet, we would go hunting. We would uh, eat a whole bunch of crap. We would drink a whole bunch of stuff we shouldn't be drinking,
yeah,
and we would still lose 5 to 10 pounds over the course of the week because
yeah,
we're out there moving around.
yeah. But prior to carnivore, it was difficult. And the last
Yes.
couple of years being, I mean, we've got our packs on, we're carrying our rifles. Uh, we're going up probably steeper inclines than we ever have before. trying to make it a downhill drag if we can, but
Yeah.
climbing up some serious hills and not getting as winded as you know when we were at 50, 60 pounds heavier. The other thing is the mind and the body and the hunt, the mental fortitude. Uh, there's profound stress reduction and mental clarity gained from time in nature, and and just that focus on the pursuit. It's there's stress reduction. I would say in the escaping the digital overload that we get every day. And the only caveat to that is having this channel. We do try to show you some cool stuff from the outdoors, from the stuff we're doing with Carnivore Hunter and our ATV rides and everything else. But we're still mostly disconnected. And
Yeah. Yeah,
uh,
and I mean, we have tried to share some of those, the hikes and things, just the views that you get. Um, we see things out there that most people trapped in a city are never going to see in their lifetime. Or if they might have to travel to, Yellowstone National Park or something like that, and they get it for a couple of days. We actually get to live there for at least a couple weeks during hunting season, and there is something that is just inherently relaxing about being out in nature, and
mhm.
being able to disconnect like that. That and nothing else fills that void. I don't care what you're into. There's nothing that is quite the same as just sitting on a rock and enjoying the view.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about hunting is, say I didn't draw a deer tag, and so I'm not hunting deer, and they walk up 10, 20 yards next to you and just look right at you. And, you make that connection with nature. It's the coolest experience.
There is kind of a community connection. It's like a tribal thing. Um, when you're out hunting, you'll come across other hunters, and you may only talk to them for 5 minutes, but there's definitely a social bonding that goes on with that. There's a for with most hunters, there's a mutual respect, and there's cooperative aspects of being out there, and whether it's with your own hunting partners, and where you're working together, or just with another hunter that you're not hunting with, and you're not trying to step on each other's toes. Definitely everybody's trying to be respectful of one another, um, but just also really passing down the tradition, and
Yeah.
getting back to that, being able to. I mean, our grandsons are a little bit young for this right now, but I can't wait to take them.
Yeah, me too. It's quite a few years away, and hopefully our bodies will allow us to. It doesn't
Right.
matter. I'm going one way or another. Even if I have to sit in camp all day, I want to be there when they become of age to hunt and harvest, their own food. Well, so the other thing here in Colorado, anyways, is our government is making, or our state government is making a lot of changes that uh, could start making it more difficult for us to hunt in the future here. I don't know if you saw today, Doug. There's a survey out from CPW about. We may have to talk about that, but how they want the public's opinion on how CPW should manage wildlife, and I just found that a little suspicious that they're looking for the public's input when they're supposed to be the experts.
Yeah, I think that might be our governor's husband's influence,
Yeah,
pushing in that direction to, you know the the man's a very active anti-hunter, and is trying to do a lot of things in to make
and
basically
as a
had to
Cal
go away.
and as a Californian, not even a
Um,
Coloradan, was
so
appointed, not elected. So yeah, lots of shady stuff going on.
yeah,
Uh,
but the reality of it is, for hunters like us, our dad raised us to be what's known as a fair chase hunter. So for those of you that don't understand what that means, we don't go out. We're not hunting farmed animals. Um, we go out into an area that's public land, and we do try to shoot our dinner. That's, I mean, that's something that we do, but we're not trying to we're going out of our way to make sure that those animals pass in the most humane way possible.
yeah. Well, and this is going to be a rough year. I didn't draw any tags, so I've got to go over the counter. Uh, you drew a couple, didn't you? You
Yeah, I did. I drew cow elk, and I did draw a buck for the deer.
okay?
So
And Dad just drew a buck, if I remember right. Is that right?
correct, yes. Yep.
Yeah. So
So
it's going to be a little bit rougher for us this year, and especially hunting public lands. It's going to be a rough year, but I have faith, and I have to have faith because my freezer's empty, Doug. I've got
I
no
know
meat left, so I'm going to have
I
to
have a
buy some beef.
little,
I'm going
but
to have to buy some beef to
I
make
have
our
just
turkey this
enough.
year.
Actually, that's what I was going to say. I have just enough to make us a little bit of beef jerky, or well, venison jerky for this hunting trip. That's, I'm saving my last for that. So,
Yeah. All right. Well, we just wanted to share our thoughts with all of you about this, and a lot of this is stuff we talked about before, but we wanted to get it back out there again because some of it's important. The ethical piece of it. You know, passing traditions on to your kids and your grandkids, and to us, it's important, and we hope we can help you to understand. If you decide you want to start hunting, what should be important for you.
all right, guys. Well, again, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Yeah, leave comments. Let us know what you think. We'll talk to you later.